Audi TT Mk1 hood repair, reattaching the rear glass.
Hi all, Andy here and welcome back to the channel where tonight I'm going to be taking on one of the jobs I first discussed in the introduction to my Audi TT car here on the channel. So if you've not seen that video already, I highly recommend checking it out. And the job in question is the repair and re-sticking of the rear glass in the soft top hood. It's a common problem, I understand, that the hood becomes unstuck with age. I'm also told that the only way to fix it is to remove the hood and have the hood replaced. As you can see from my hood, it's rather dirty. There's a lot of discoloration in it, a lot of algae on it, a lot of bird crap on it. It just looks quite tired. So tonight's video is about how I've got around this problem, and my roof has come away quite clearly in both corners. There is a jig that you can buy on eBay from Germany that I've seen. It's about £109, which I think is a lot of money for what it is. Essentially, it's a few suction cups and a bracket that holds itself tight on the hood, so you can pull the glass into position and it holds it while it sticks. So I think the big challenge of getting the hood to stick again is the fact that it needs to be tight against this and applying that pressure. So if you apply pressure from this side, you're going to be pushing on the glass. So what you could do is you could get some sort of inflation device or put a load of rags in the back of the car and push that out and build it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a suction cup jig myself. I ordered some suction cups off Amazon. They were about £5. And I've got some small archway metal brackets. So I'm going to attach the sucker cups onto the glass. I'm going to put some string onto the arch of the bracket. And I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to tie it in the garage somewhere. Not sure where yet, but I am going to attach it to the garage. So keeping the pressure on, we'll make sure that I've got a nice even seal and good pressure on the rear glass and the hood itself. As I've said, my hood is quite tatty, so the second part of my video is actually going to be the restoration of the hood. So the restoration of the hood video will probably come next week once this is cured and we've got a good seal again.
Looking at the hood glass damage up close, you can clearly see it has come away in both corners and the old glue is dry and crusty on the glass. My worry is leaving it will cause the rest of it to come away from the hood. I'm not going to detach this, I'm going to simply re-stick the corners that are coming away, as I think they are probably under the biggest load from the hood. Let's look at the tools and materials that will be needed. Firstly, some screen wash and a microfibre towel. This is to clean the rear glass. Some 30mm suction cups and some arch brackets to make a jig. Anything smaller than 30mm does not give enough suction. Some string to put the brackets under tension. An old quilt to pad out the inside of the hood, a scraper or blade to remove old adhesive from the glass, some auto sealer silicone adhesive, I went for black to disguise any overspill, some isopropanol alcohol to clean the overspill silicone from the glass, and a piece of wood to put the hood under some pressure when it leans against the string. So next step is preparation of the surfaces. Preparation is key here, as the new silicone has a clean surface to adhere to. The glass also needs to be nice and clean for the suckers on the jigs I've built to have enough suction once I apply the pressure. I'm starting by cleaning the hood glass all over with a neat screen wash on a microfibre cloth to lift the grime, algae and general dirt. You could always use some window cleaner or vinegar if you have it. Do not apply too much or hose it down, or you will end up with a wet car inside, leading to steamed up windows in the future. I am also stuffing the inside of the hood with an old quilt so the hood material has some resistance, which gives a better shape when lining the edge of the hood up with the glass. Now take the paint scraper or blade and scrape the old adhesive from the glass. It's fairly degraded on my car, so it comes off nice and easy. Once you have carefully removed the old adhesive from the hood and glass, you will need to clean the glass with the screen wash or some isopropanol so there is no grease or dirt left to make a bad bond. Next up is reattaching the glass. I have used two of the suction jigs to hold the first and worst corner up. I have wet the cups before applying to the glass so they make the best grip possible. They are positioned at least 50mm from the edge of the hood so I can clean excess sealant away with a cloth. At this stage there is no tension. The reason for this is I want as much slack as possible to get the adhesive applied. So I take the auto sealer adhesive and using just a carefully aligned bead apply a line of sealant to the glass. I make it continuous, but not too much, as there will be some spread when I apply the pressure. Be careful not to get the silicone on the hood, although it will wipe off with some isopropanol while it is still unset. Without the tension, it looks like the hood will not align high enough with the glass edge, but don't worry, when you apply the upwards pressure it all lines up nicely. With the sealant in place, I run a piece of string over my rafters in the garage at as close to 90 degrees to the hood glass. I figured that would give me the most upwards pull in the right direction. It should be pointed out that the suction cups are at their limit, so a 30mm size is the bare minimum. Applying tension should lift the hood glass into the right position, and you can carefully press down on the hood material to make a good seal. I found that it still did not want to stick on the vertical part of the window edge, so I took a piece of 4x2 heavy enough to push on the hood enough and rested it against the taut string. I figured this would add extra tension too. With the tension applied, there is likely to be some ooze of sealant from the hood edge. Simply give it a wipe with a microfibre cloth and some isopropanol to remove the excess. If you're using it just to seal, the sealant says it is safe after 5 minutes, but it takes 6 hours if you're using this as an adhesive, so I will check back on this in the morning. It's the next day now and I've removed the jig and hardware and the seal looks pretty solid. When I press, there is little or no movement in the fabric, and the discoloration from the new sealant and the rest of the window further along is just dirty old sealant that is still attached. The actual finish of the sealant needs a slight tidy up with a fine blade and a rub down with isopropanol to remove the residue, but I am pleased with the result. No more leaky windows in the wet and a much more aesthetic look for the hood. I'm going to do the other corner now, as it's better to work on one corner at a time, but we'll use the same process.
So that is my hood glass repair explained and complete, well, on that side anyway. The result is pretty good, and the important thing is it keeps the rain out. It is nowhere near as pro as purchasing a brand new hood, but it's also saved me the £900 I would need to spend if I wanted to do that. I think a good clean in next week's video will get this hood looking brand new. If you can let me know in the comments below if this video has helped you today, it would be very much appreciated, and let me know your experiences with doing the same job. I'm also keen to know if there are any jobs out there that you would like me to undertake on the channel. I'm more than happy to do so. Please also leave that feedback in the comments. If this video has helped you today, please do think about giving it a thumbs up for a like. Consider subscribing for future content, as there are loads of other videos here on my channel for the Audi TT, help guides and tutorials from my own experiences. Thanks again for watching and see you soon. Take care.